Hi guys, it's Angie. I'm doing a review for you today of The Hollow by Jessica Verday. I saw this book in Borders several months ago, and the cover I just thought was really awesome. This girl's eyes just totally pull you in. The way they're done, her makeup, they're so pretty. And then the paperback of this just has the necklace that the girl has on, just has that. They just come out with the paperback version of it. I got this from the library. I had been seeing it at Borders and been wanting it, but there are other books and some of them sequels to others that I had wanted, and I'd already read the first one, so I kept thinking I'll get that one later, get one later. So when I saw this at the library, I thought, okay, I'm going to get this book because I'm going to read it. And so the cover actually is what kind of got my attention. And then when I read the back of it, it was like, I definitely have to get this book and read it. So I give this book 4.5 stars. And I'll read the back to you. I love mysteries. I like mystery, romance, adventure. So the mystery kind of pulls me in. I like the suspense. It says, I reached out and touched the casket lid. It was cold. So cold that I immediately snatched my hand away. It almost felt like it had burned me. I just stood there. I couldn't bring myself to say anything, not out loud at least. But 1,000 thoughts raged inside my head, while 1,000 feelings raged inside my heart. The weather mimicked my emotions. A fierce wind rattled by, howling in outrage. The edges of the plastic awning flapped angrily against the aluminum poles, holding it up, and made a horrible ringing sound. Even the rain pounded harder, lashing out its bitterness. And that was when I felt someone watching me. Woo! Okay, so in the inside cover, it says, a love like no other. So the back's what really pulled me in. And then this, actually, they live in the town of Sleepy Hollow. And on the inside, this isn't going to be any spoilers because this kind of tells you this on if you read the inside. Abby is the girl that's telling the story, and her best friend Kristen disappears, and she vanishes near a bridge near Sleepy Hollow Cemetery, and everybody thinks she's dead. So Abby's, kind of like going through the motions of mourning her best friend, but deep down inside, she doesn't believe that she's dead. She refuses to believe that she's really gone. So while she's going through this, grieving and trying to get through it, she meets this boy named Caspian, and he's gorgeous and mysterious, and so she kind of falls for him. And so as he's helping her to feel better and kind of get over the loss of her best friend, then something happens, and she finds out that Kristen had this secret. And so then she's trying to understand that, and as she's trying to understand that, she finds out that Caspian has a secret too. And it affects how she feels about him, and kind of challenges her emerging love for him, and then her own sanity. So this book was really awesome. I give it 4.5 stars because there were times when it gets into it, maybe not the first couple of chapters, but once it gets to a certain, I don't know, like probably where she meets Caspian, and she starts seeing him and talking to him more, the more she gets to where she starts to fall for him and stuff. When that part takes off, I was reading it every chance I got. I was taking the book everywhere with me. So I rode up with my husband to give blood. I took this book with me, sat in the car, and read the book while he did that. I took it to my doctor's visit and sat in the waiting room and was like, reading. So I really love this book. I love the mystery behind it. And I wanted to show you this. She names her chapters, which, you know, is we all think is pretty cool at YA Fiction Freaks. So, but like, see, she names her chapters, and then they all have this little thing on them, and then each chapter has a little thing from The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. She puts that in each chapter. So when each chapter starts, it gives you one of those little things from The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Just, it might be a quote, it might be just something that she, pulled out, but I thought it was pretty cool. And then I like Caspian. He is really cool character, really neat guy. So she kind of, in the book, you get an answer to one of the, because she's got like several different things that aren't totally divulged, kind of, mysterious, and there's this mystery behind. So, obviously there's a mystery behind Kristen's disappearance. And there's, this mystery behind the secret that Caspian has. So you get an answer to the one mystery in there, but then that whole answer just kind of opens up this whole other realm of questions. And so when I got done with this book, I was like, when it ended, I'm like, what? That's it? So I know her second book is coming out just like within a week. It's coming out with Clockwork Angel, and it's called The Haunted. And I am definitely going to Borders on, it's the 31st of August, and I'm getting both these books. So I cannot wait to read this next book, because as my daughter and I have said before, there's been a few other authors that have done this. There's, here's this cliff way up here, and here you are hanging by your feet. That's kind of the way she left this, at least for me. I was like, what? That's it? So, and then you can get on her website and read the first chapter of The Haunted, but when I tried to do it, my computer wasn't working, and so I'm definitely going to try to do that. So any of you that have read this book and you didn't know that, you can get on her website, and she has the first chapter of The Haunted up there. And you should check out her website. She's going to be touring with the Smart Chicks tour that's getting ready to start. Unfortunately, she's not going to be where we are going to be able to get to. So that kind of makes me sad, because I really wanted to meet her. Would love to got a book signed by her, but maybe next time around. So if you haven't read this book, I recommend that you pick it up and read it. If you've seen it like I did and thought, oh, okay, I'll get it, definitely do it, especially since the second one's coming out. I was kind of glad that I didn't actually pick this book up earlier, because now I don't have as long to wait. I've only got like when I finished this last weekend, so I've only got, I think, like 10 or 12 days to wait on the next book, which is wonderful, because if I would have had a year, I think I probably would have went crazy. That's just how it was for me. So pick it up, read it, let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed it as much, or you'll enjoy it as much as I did. Okay, happy reading. Till next time.